Four poems, and I think the thing about Barbara's poems really are lyrical. I mean, and they're accessible. Like I said in a review, that they're it's like Billy Collins, but with a heart instead of a quip. And it's fantastic. Now, the first one, I think everybody can relate to. It's called Level, and it's basically about after the vacation house. And I was up at their house some years back that they have out at the lake up there. But the last morning of our vacation, we stomped through the old camp, remarking on the sturdiness of the floors, the firm porches, the solid steps up to the pine-walled bedrooms. Outside, the sun broke down, the mid-August morning, pouring breakers of light over the lake and maples. The day grew golden like Tennessee autumn. To have solid days in a solid house, days measured in their repetition. To know returning follows every leave-taking. To build a life of years like granite we call purpose. We closed the camp, stood by the porch to watch. The sun slipped behind mountains. The view held steady as our level lives. And the last poem in that particular section kind of really is one of, it's almost kind of like a farewell poem here in a way, Barbara's. But someday we'll wake, find us gone. Our lives vanish. No mark as clear as the line of waves along the shore. All silent, the wind after the storm, the pocket worn into the middle of the rock where rain collects, then dries. And the other two poems I'm going to read are, one of which is called, which I like because it is basically a quiet, domestic type of a poem. It's called a yard poem. It's nature, but it's nature that just about all of us can experience. We don't have to be farmers, I mean, this is probably, if you ever worked in the yard, this is it, the beauty of it all. I am taken by the sun this early spring morning that spreads about the small space that defines the world I choose to know. Jonquil, forsythia encourage light, trust. I want to believe shadows promise luxury, relief from the ache of light that forces light. Beyond the fence, a snarled green, then city, streets scrabbling from night, gutters that blossom trash, light a cheat, shadows a con, everything moves, nothing grows. I gather the first blooming quince, petals pale as lips, to place in a vase that echoes the sky. I speak to myself of the world, the space I work to own, the knowledge of small mercies, light and flowers. And this other one that I thought would be a good one because it's called, title is The First Snow. And this is appropriate for the season. And also, but I mean, the main thing, if you haven't got, I mean, a lot of you probably have bought this book, but I mean, this is a joy to read, I mean, you can pick this poem up today, a week, a month, next year, 10 years, and you're still good. I mean, there's no, it's timeless poetry, it's lyric poetry, and even if you go to university journals, you don't find lyric poetry anymore. You find all this learned garbage, that you get. And this is, I mean, this is simple. This is for real people. And it's not playing cool or anything like that. We're not, so many people were trying to be the avant-garde. No, we're speaking from the heart and the mind too. I mean, she's got a very sharp mind too. This is good poetry.
Avant-garde don't have to be hostile.
Huh?
Avant-garde don't have to be hostile.
No, it doesn't, but sometimes people do take it that way. I mean, the shock value of the avant-garde, all that bit. And it's all the poetry games and all, but this is not that. This is real stuff. The First Snow. I would admit nothing woke me, that I fell from sleep into dark wakefulness as from a dream, that breaks not once, but several times. Each crack in the dreamscape a fissure, and the dreamer always abandoned at the edge of the abyss screaming. The night caught me, held me within shadows, the shadings of darkness beyond black. Silence whispered over the tongue. Snow, the year's first, beginning to silk the yard, the neighbor's oak and pine.